Hey Scorpio, welcome to your reading for the month of February 2025. My name is Laura, aka Baby Curl Tarot, and today we're going to be taking a look at what the month of February has in store for you. But before we do so, I want to go ahead and take a minute to talk about something that is close to my heart. So if you want to skip to the reading, you're more than welcome to do so now. Otherwise, if you are interested in learning more about what you can do to help those who've been affected by the LA wildfires, please stick around. I live in a county that is neighboring LA. I have friends, I have family that live there, so this is really personal to me. But I'm sure that a lot of you watching this video have also felt the incredible amount of sadness that all of us here in California are feeling, which is why I wanted to share some ways that you can help those who've been directly affected by these fires. I can tell you from firsthand experience that there is an immense need right now in LA for things like hygiene products, water, non perishable foods, clothing, blankets, and so much more. And these needs are honestly going to extend long after the fires are actually put out, just because there are going to be so many people that aren't going to be in a position to rebuild immediately. One beautiful thing I will say about LA and Californians in general is that we've really come together and shown out for our neighbors in terms of volunteering and donating. It's been really beautiful to see, and I just feel that now more than ever. We are going to need to come together and support one another as a national and maybe even global community. Um, so, with all that said, I've included some links to some organizations that are actively taking donations right now to help those affected by the wildfires. So, if you want to check that out and donate, um, that would be wonderful. Um, and if you've made it this far, I really appreciate you taking the time to listen. Now, let's get into your reading. Okay, Scorpio. So your reading is going to look vastly different compared to everyone else's reading this month because I started pulling your cards like normal. I shuffled them on camera, put them out on camera, went through the entire reading without realizing my microphone was dead. So I did not record a single bit of audio. It was just my hands being very emotive. So, because this was such a powerful reading, I am going to just leave the cards as they were as I pulled them, and I'm going to go back over the message for you guys here without my microphone. So if the volume is a little bit different, I do apologize, but I just want to make sure that you guys get this message because it was such a good one. Okay, so essentially we have the Two of Wands, Ten of Cups, Queen of Wands reversed, Five of Pentacles, and the Magician reversed. At the bottom of the deck, we had the King of Pentacles, the Hanged One, Strength in reverse, Knight of Pentacles reversed, Page of Swords. Essentially what I was getting when I did this the first time was that a lot of you guys may feel restricted or held back in a certain area of life. With the Queen of Wands in reverse and the Magician in reverse, it feels like there is a situation, a person that is keeping you kind of trapped in this Five of Pentacles energy of feeling unhappy or like you're not progressing as you should, or that you are not worthy of progressing. But what's crazy is on the other side of this Queen of Wands in reverse is you have a Ten of Cups and Two of Wands. Ten of Cups talking about happiness, joy, fulfillment. And then the Two of Wands talks about exploring or freedom, you know, looking towards the future, plotting new journeys. Like, again, you have all this opportunity outside of this Queen of Wands, which is why I was feeling like someone is literally keeping you trapped in an unhappy situation. This could be a job, this could be a romantic partnership, this could be family, this could be friends. Okay, take what resonates. It's going to be different for all of you, but it just feels like you are craving something more, and people or situations around you are making you feel like you aren't able to achieve that. Like, who are you to think that you could have all of this, Scorpio? It's bullshit. Okay. Now, what I am giving you in terms of advice is to obviously take your own personal situation into account. I am never going to tell you to leave a job if you only have $30 in your bank account and you have an immense amount of bills that you need to take care of. But what I will tell you is that there is a lot of security, happiness, and freedom by leaving this situation. Okay? I'm not telling you to quit your job tomorrow. I'm not telling you to leave your relationship tomorrow, but I am saying, if it makes sense for you and you feel like you can take that leap of faith, do it. Because I feel like Spirit is saying, once you take that first step to leave the situation is when they bring you all of this new stability, security, and opportunity. Okay? For those of you where you feel like you cannot leave just yet, start looking elsewhere for a new job, for a new home, for people who might take you in just so you can get through a transition period. Okay, doesn't mean you have to apply for your dream job or interview for your dream job tomorrow. Look for something that's temporary that you can do in between this job and your future dream job. Okay, something that'll pay the bills, something that will put you in a much happier state. Maybe your environment here is really toxic. You want to get out of that toxic environment. Just find something that's going to get you out of there. Does that make sense? It doesn't have to be a five bedroom house. Like, if it's a studio apartment for a year or a couple of months, or someone's couch for a month or two, just so you can kind of get into your own place and save some money. Maybe it's your parents' couch, maybe their guest room, whatever. You know, see what you can secure, see what you can lock in to give you the opportunity to kind of shift your mindset. Because right now this Hanged One in reverse is telling me a lot of you don't feel like you're ready to take this step. And I feel like Spirit is saying, if you trust us, we will provide. King of Pentacles. Things will improve, things will get better, but you have to trust us. Now, Spirit is always like, take a leap. And trust me, I've been getting messages like this from other readers and other things in my life for the last couple of months. Like, I have been getting this exact same message. So I feel like it's really fitting for me to now deliver a message to another Scorpio that needs to hear this. But again, I am not the type of person to be like, yeah, just do it. Because I think Spirit always encourages us to like take a leap of faith. But the reality is like, we are human. We have fears. Okay, we have responsibilities. We have bills to pay. And so like, those things are very real things. I'm never going to sit here and tell you like, yeah, quit your job tomorrow. Like, that doesn't make sense. I'd never want to put anybody in a situation that is going to do more harm than good. So please take into account your own personal situation. And all I'm going to say is start taking the steps. Start looking into other jobs. Start taking interviews. Start looking into apartments. Start looking into other accommodations, okay? Because I feel like Spirit is trying to tell you, like, hey, it's time to go. It's time to get out. Like, and you got to find that strength. Because right now, the strength being in reverse, you don't feel like you have the ability to do so. And I feel like a lot of this energy is purposely telling you that you don't have the strength to do this. You don't have the capabilities, the resources to do this. And Spirit is saying, we're not going to let you fall. We're not going to let you fall. But you got to trust us. You got to take a leap of faith. So, with that, Page of Swords. Start researching. Start looking at your options. Start hunting, job hunting, apartment hunting, whatever you need to do to get yourself out of this situation. Start doing it now. Start doing it now. I know a lot of you guys have felt stuck. You felt unhappy. You have felt limited, okay? This does not feel like a situation that is allowing you to grow into your best and highest self. This is not allowing you to become the person that you want to be, the person you see yourself becoming, or the things that you see yourself having. Okay? It's time to go. It's time to get that strength, get that courage, and start taking plans or steps. Making plans, taking steps. Come on, Laura, get it together. Okay. So that is the general message I'm seeing for you. Again, I can go on and on and on about this. I did in the last video, and so I really just want to keep it short and sweet. You guys know your situations, okay? I really hope and pray for you guys that you are able to find the courage to step into something a lot more beautiful, a lot more healthy, and a lot more free, okay? I'm going to go ahead and close out the reading with an oracle deck. I did already shuffle and start pulling cards from this deck in the original reading as well, so I'm just going to pull the 2 from the top and 1 from the bottom like I started to do. I only got as far as this first card, so here we have the Brawler. Lack of empathy and confrontation. I feel like a lot of you guys are in this situation where people don't necessarily care about you, or like this job doesn't really care about you. They don't care about the workload they put you under. They don't care about how unfulfilled you feel at this job. They don't care that you're not able to grow and use other talents that you have to further yourself, whether that's financially or in terms of recognition. I just feel like there is a lack of recognition. There is a lack of care for your personal development and growth, whether this is a job, a relationship, a family, okay? Insert situation for you here. And for a lot of you, it feels like you go into the situation always feeling like you have to fight for recognition, fight for respect, fight to be heard, okay? It feels like you are constantly going to war every time you step into the situation, which can be exhausting for the nervous system, which obviously like prevents us from feeling like we have the energy to walk away. Like we're just trying to maintain and survive at this point is what this feels like. Okay. Next card, we have the Dancer, self-expression and strength. This is the energy we need to get to. From the fighter to the dancer, to being expressive, to being creative, to being free. Like I see like this triangle is getting broken by this woman's fingers or person's fingers. There's fluidity, you know, no thorns. I don't think these are roses, but I feel like this is something that has thorns. This is something that is tough, that is protective, whereas this is more free, more fluid, more expressive, more relaxed, less tense, right? This is where we want to be. This is the energy you deserve. You deserve peace. You deserve the ability to express yourself, to create, to grow, to showcase your talents, the things that you were blessed with. Like, you shouldn't be stuck in a fighter position. Like, you shouldn't be going to work fighting. You should be going to work to create beautiful things. Like, this is what we want. This is who you are at your core, Scorpios. I think Scorpios, we get I'm a Scorpio too. I feel like as Scorpios, we get a bad rap. Like, we're the moody, dark, mysterious, you know, like sexual creatures. Like, no, we are very in touch with like our emotional side. We care, we have deep emotions, we have deep thoughts, we have deep feelings, and genuinely we want to see this world be a beautiful place. We want to see beautiful things develop in our people's lives, whether that's family, friends, even coworkers. Like, we just want to see beautiful things for people, but because we recognize that there is so much darkness in this world, our constitution can come across as very moody, because we know that humanity can be really dark and manipulative, and like we just get jaded unfortunately. But we want to break free from that. Like, we want there to be light and beauty and goodness in the world. It's just sometimes hard for us to get out of that. And we tend to find ourselves, for me personally, I feel like we tend to put ourselves in situations that can be very dark, because we can handle it. There's another reader that I watch on YouTube. Her name is Alex, and she's a Scorpio as well, and she only does readings for Scorpios. And I just find the way that she explains Scorpion energy or Scorpio energy to be so beautiful and so true. It's like we have no problem with going into the dark and fighting our way out to get someone else out of that darkness, because we are so used to kind of rising from the ashes like a phoenix. Like, we are no stranger to living in the dark. We are no stranger to the dark side of life, dark mentalities. You know, we're comfortable in it and we know how to get out of it. Is the beautiful thing, is like we can be in probably the darkest place that people would maybe struggle to get out of and bring themselves back into the light, and we can do it on a regular basis. Sometimes we purposely put ourselves into that dark mindset because we know that we need to shift and transform and grow. We need to let things go, limiting beliefs or, you know, perspectives that maybe we've held on to for a little too long, and we know that it's time to let it go. And sometimes we have to go into like a darker space where we maybe isolate, you know, to kind of deal with those feelings and thoughts. And then, you know, we emerge maybe a week or a couple weeks or a month or so later, and we're a completely new person. We have a very natural disposition when it comes to transmuting energy from dark to light. You could say we're almost alchemists in that way. Like, we can take something that people wouldn't necessarily be thrilled with or, you know, scared of, and we can change it into something beautiful, which I really admire about us. So anyways, final card from the bottom of the deck, we have the Gambler. Loss and risks. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you guys feel like this is a huge risk in terms of moving on, in terms of doing something different. And I think that is a big hang up for a lot of you. Is the risk worth the reward? Is the loss worth the risk? Okay, some of you guys are more focused on the loss and not as focused on the opportunities that will come from leaving the situation behind, which is this Dancer, this freedom. And I feel like the Queen of Wands and the Magician in reverse, part of that manipulation that they have in terms of keeping you stuck is like, oh, well, what are you possibly risking here? Like, what could you lose? You could lose your house, you could lose your car, you could lose your freedom if you have to move in with your parents. Like, you don't want that. Like, you don't want to be seen as a loser, right? Fuck all that. That is a mindset that these people use to keep you stuck, or the situation uses to keep you stuck. Fuck them. No offense. And excuse my French. That's what I meant. Excuse my French, but still fuck them. All right, Scorpios, that is what I'm seeing for you guys. I hope this resonated. Please leave a like and a comment, or share with another Scorpio if it did. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more readings from me in the future. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this reading, and I really hope to see you guys next time. Bye.